Welcome back to the live stream, everyone. Today is May 19th, and I'm just gonna get everything set up over here. We have a few orders to fill from last week yet, and we have a new custom bullet journal to start today. So we will see what we all get to. Welcome here. Our first order to pack is for Lisa B, but I do want to wait for her because she's here almost all the time. So we'll see if she pops in to join us. Maybe in the meantime, I'll pack this one from Etsy. This is from Fiona. We've got 2 bullet journals going to Australia for Fiona. We've got a petal pink and a glacier blue. Let me go grab those for Fiona. Hey Gail, hey Sherry. How are you guys? My holiday weekend was pretty good. Yeah, the weather didn't end up being great, so we didn't end up getting a lot done on our yard, but we got the trampoline set up, we got a new trampoline, and we got the barbecue set up. So our backyard is actually looking like people live there now, which is great. And our boys have been on the trampoline like non-stop. Definitely a good pick for them. Oh, we got just a little ink spot. So this one's gonna go on the B grade pile. Hey Joy, hey Jessie. Oh my goodness, stuck in the hospital. What's going on? Are you all right? Of course, you don't need to share if you don't want to. This is the internet. Hey Lisa. Pause and passies. Lisa, your order is actually first, but I wanted to wait till you were here, but now you're here, so we may as well do yours first. Espresso dot grid journal. Let me go grab that. Welcome here, everyone. How are you guys doing? Missed you guys too. Yeah, it felt like a much longer break than just one day off, but yesterday afternoon, yeah, I took the day off thinking I would do, you know, summer prep stuff, backyard, and we did set up the trampoline, we set up the barbecue. It's good to get those things done, but didn't do anything in my garden. It was miserable weather. But I did film Ashley's flip through, so checked that box off. Filmed the flip through, took some photos with it. We'll send that off probably at the end of the week with this batch of journals. All right, Lisa, let's do your charms. Nature charm, pom-pom charm. Let's see, light green pom-pom and then a leaf or a flower. I have both. I can show you, and you can pair them together or just choose one. Oh, green stones. Yes. I will pull out some of these options, and then I'll grab some green stones. Hey, Yvonne, Carolyn, you're getting there. Oh, Jessie. Have you been able to have visitors at least, like your family? I know you don't live close to lots of your family right now, but immediate family anyways. Okay. I've got a few green stones. Yeah, so you can let me know, Lisa, if you like anything from the top row or from the stones. I'll just kind of pull out a variety. Gold flower and green stone. Alrighty. Do you have a preference which green stone? I laid out 5 over here that are all a bit different. Oh, not your yeah, that would be hard. Aw. I'm sorry. I'm glad to hear you're on the upswing though. Number 2. Sounds good. It was pretty good, Emma. My parents took our boys to their place for a bit on Monday. That was our holiday. So we had a bit of extra time to get things done, which was good. I know, Yamil, everything but gardening. The weather was actually not great. My fingers were frozen out there when we were trying to like put together our barbecue and stuff, but yeah, we didn't really get anything done in the garden, unfortunately, but we did get like so many others to-dos done. I finished working on the Coco and Lynn sticker sheets. So now I'm done the journal and the sticker sheets unless we make any revisions. So that just feels like a weight lifted, you know? Not that it was like strenuous work or anything, but I love to just like fully check a box, you know, instead of just kind of having something looming and ongoing. So finished that. Yeah, got some of our other backyard stuff set up. Finished filming my June plan with me and the flip through of Ashley's journal. And I really hate filming, so I'm so glad to get those things done too. Hey. Ooh, Bead World. That sounds cool. It's hot for you guys. Yeah, not for us. Oh, Jem. Insomnia's back at it again, hey? Oop. Thank you guys for the likes. I know, Jem. It's so hard with like insomnia because like you want to distract your brain from whatever you're overthinking about, but you don't want to go on your phone because it probably won't help, but it feels like it might. I know, I find myself in the same situation sometimes. But sometimes I find, not nearly always, but sometimes I feel like my brain just needs a reset. Like if I can find something on my phone to distract me from whatever was buzzing around in my head before that, sometimes that works. All right, Lisa, name page here. Lisa, Arizona theme. Okay. I will head to Pinterest. If you have anything specific that you want to say, like the composition of your name. Yeah, I know Cactus Red Rocks. Alrighty. I can go to Pinterest. Oh no, Angela. We finished it at the end of last week, Darby. I do still have a cough mac, but I have noticed some improvement with my cough for the first time in months. Have noticed a little bit of just generally it's not as intense. I don't find myself reaching for lozenges nearly as often. All right. Arizona doodles, desert doodles. I know I just screenshotted this last week, but I finally went through and cleared out all of my screenshots now that we're done Ashley's journal. And I deleted 430 screenshots of things that we had screenshotted from Pinterest just as like options and inspiration for Ashley's journal. So I finally cleared that out today. Okay. Oh, gazebo Terry. That's one thing that we would love, but we haven't, I don't think we'll invest in that this year. Let me see, maybe stars in the sky. Other than that, really. Yeah, so the place that we moved into last summer, where we're currently living, we didn't really do anything with the yard last summer. We had come from a house with no yard. Like, it was a duplex, but the yard was like the grass was like needles and there was no fence. We didn't really go outside at all in our own yard at our old place. And so now here, we kind of chose a few things to invest in this summer. But I think the gazebo is going to have to wait. But the thing is, the people who lived here, 2 owners before us had a pool built into the deck. And then the most recent owners took it out and just filled it with deck. So now we have a massive deck. Like it's, you know, bigger than our living room, kitchen, dining room combined. Like it's huge because it used to have a pool in it. So a gazebo would definitely fit and help fill some of that space that's now just like awkward. Like it's just too much deck, you know? So we'd love to get a gazebo at some point. The trampoline went amazing. They've been on it like non-stop. And they are loving it. Where's my sand colored marker? Oh, it's just upside down. Okay. I'm just gonna swatch some colors. I think those 3 work. I haven't been on long, Nicole. And spam, I am hoping to start Jada's journal today. I want to pack a few orders because some of these came in like last week, even before the weekend, like Lisa's. So I do want to pack some of those. But we will hopefully get to Jada's order. And Jada, are you here today? I know she was planning to be here. I just don't know if she's here yet. No, this week the freebie is stickers. So in the poll on Instagram, free name page won by a landslide. I'm not surprised. I do plan to do free name pages as an option at some point, but I don't think I'll do it this week because we're starting Jada's journal. And I feel like if I offer free name pages this week, like the name pages are just the most time consuming personalization. So if I offer those this week, I feel like we might not get very much time to work on Jada's journal, especially since I missed a day already this week with taking the holiday yesterday. So yeah, we won't do free name pages this week. This week we'll just do stickers and then the name pages will come. All right, let's add some cacti before I color this all in. What holiday was it? That's a good question. Someone said it last week. We just call it May Long all the time. I don't actually know what we're celebrating. It's just May Long. All right, let's color in Victoria Day. That's the one. I knew it was one of the royals, but not Elizabeth. Queen Victoria Day. Okay, let me find a good yellow for some stars. Markers, I'm using a variety. For this theme, I actually didn't use as many Tombos as usual. I've got one Lyra Aqua Brush Duo, a Crayola Super Tip, and this is a Tombow. Anything like felt tipped or brush tipped and water base works well. All right, let's... I am Canadian, yes, Carrington. Oh, hey, Inga. How are you? All right, let's write Lisa's name and then we'll add our white gel pen everywhere, which is gonna add like the lines in the rock and everything as well. Hey, Carson. I don't do a lot of Crayola Super Tips calligraphy anymore, but I love it. It's such a nice size. I feel like I've gotten so used to just like the big bouncy calligraphy that I never reach for these anymore, but it is a very cute size. That is very tough to achieve with just like a Tombow, you know, you kind of need something more firm like the Super Tips. And then some white gel pen. All right. That is Lisa's first journal of 2. Oh no, that was the other order that I was looking at that had 2. You're welcome, Lisa. Do you have anything in mind for your frequent flyer, frequent journal order bonus? We are doing a cover design. She requested her name with a cactus on the cover. But I can see how many orders you've placed in the last few months, and I would like to show some appreciation for that. Oh, no. Let's see. What do you not have? Do you have acrylic markers? I'm sure you have Tombow Fudo scale already. Just looking around at all the things within my reach. I sent you a B grade journal with your last one, right? But I do have more B grades. I know you're you're collecting. Acrylic markers, B grades. Let's see. I mean, I have journal kit supplies lying around. And if you don't choose, I will. So if you hear something that you like, you just go ahead and choose it. This was $16.98. $16.99 was Tracy. Tracy, if you're here, we can do Tracy's. And if not, then we'll start on our next custom. Feel free to choose. Okay, well then at least answer my question. Do you have acrylic markers? Because that's what I would choose if you don't have them, because they're so fun and I know that you're into coloring. You do have a pack, okay. Okay, I'll rack my brain, but I will choose something and it will be in your kit. Thank you so much for all your orders, Lisa. I truly appreciate it. This was order 1698, and Tracy order 1699. Are you here? Because if you are, we can do yours. And if not, we'll probably start our next custom, because I want to start that when we have a good chunk of time. And it's still early enough in the live that we could make some good progress on her custom journal if we started it soon. I'm not hearing from Tracy at the moment, so Jada, why don't we go ahead and start your journal? I'll grab you a petal pink journal. Oh yes, and did you get my email about the monthly spreads? You've chosen so far a 2-page calendar and a memories page, like your mom. She had both of those. And then if you want to choose 2 more to go with each month, you totally can. I think that's what you were leaning towards. You just hadn't locked in which other 2 pages you were gonna do. Let me scroll through your Google form here and get to... Yes, our themes. Let me go over to her Pinterest. And it appears to go in order. So I'm just gonna swipe through and screenshot the ones that look related to January. She wanted a New Year's theme with pink and gold. So confetti, champagne glasses, balloons, that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna scroll through some of these and start screenshotting. And yeah, Jada, if you know what you want for the other 2 monthly pages, let me know. And we can just kind of figure it out as we go through here today. Okay, and then that's for February. So let me come back into TikTok, see if I've missed anything. Okay, oh sorry, did you send an email back with the other monthly spreads that you want? I saw your one email back. And I did reply, but every time I email you, I get a notification as though it didn't go through. It says that your mailbox is full, but then you got it and you emailed me, so it must have gone through. But yeah, it's been kind of throwing me off because I'm like, oh no, is she not going to see this before the live? But then you do. Let me, one sec. Oh. Oh yes, so I did email you back, but again, it said it didn't go through. You chose a 1-page memory spread like your mom and a 2-page calendar like your mom. Those are the 3 pages and then a title page, so 4 that you got locked in. So there's 2 more pages available. Yeah, so that's the email that I wasn't sure if you got. I'll have to email you so that we can figure out a better way of communicating where it doesn't always seem like it's not going through. I'm just gonna search for some more doodles, some layout inspiration while you think about your other pages that you might want. And yeah, then we can jump right into it. A mood tracker and a sleep tracker. Okay, perfect. And for your cover design, so I screenshotted what you had saved here. This one here, is that kind of exactly what you want, or do you want me to kind of do the usual process where I go over to Pinterest, choose a few different layout options, and we vote? And of course, with any vote, you can veto at any time. But yeah, if you want that exact theme, then we'll just go from there. And if you want to scroll around on Pinterest for a bit, we can do that as well to find a layout that would fit well with those doodles. Thank you guys for the likes. Okay, yeah, so we'll stick with the theme, but we'll just take a look and see if there's different title page layouts that might work well with that theme. So I'm just gonna click on one and start scrolling from there. I feel like something like this. Oh, thank you for your order. Whoever just placed an order, that's our first one of the new week. So we could do January or Jan, and then a bunch of like New Year's doodles and kind of fill the open space with dots, stars, sparkles, you know, little doodles like that. Let's see. What are the pictures that we have saved again for the doodles? Okay, yeah, I kind of thought so. So I feel like this could work really well, just doing like some blocks of color and then having kind of the glasses doing their little cheers over here, just outlined, and then a bunch of sparkles, confetti, stuff like that in black. That would be cute. Let's see if I can find one more option, and then we'll take a poll. But like I said, if there's any time where you just want to choose and you don't want us voting for things, then you just choose and it will be locked in and we don't need to do a poll. Or if we do a poll and you don't like the result, then just say what you want instead and we will lock that in instead. No problem. Okay, I don't think this would work that well for our current theme. Well, I guess maybe it would, but I just want to save this because it's so pretty. One more cover page that could work with her New Year's doodles. Let's see. Okay, let's just screenshot this. So we would have January and then like kind of choose 3 larger New Year's doodles, like the glasses, like a disco ball or something, some kind of noisemaker or whatever. Choose 3 and then have the confetti and sparkles all around it. All right, let me come into TikTok to see if I have missed anything. Okay, you want to keep the balloon looking letters? Good to know. Sounds good. Oh, thank you, Alana. Okay, so let's go to our photos then and take a poll. Okay, so the theme is New Year's. The colors are similar to this. Pink as the main color, and we want to stick with some balloon letters like that. So option 1 is going to be pretty much exactly this title page. We could add some sparkles. We'll change things up a little bit just because this was obviously done with like, what's it called? Clip art type stuff. So it'll look different, but that's going to be option 1. Option 2, okay, here's just some doodle inspiration. Option 2 for the layout would be something like this. Again, we could keep the balloon looking letters for Jan or January, or the big 2027 with Jan written across, and then have the New Year's doodles moving across the page, fill in the gaps with like confetti, circles, that kind of stuff. This one, we would have January over here, 2 kind of circles of color, and then do the glasses cheersing over here and have little confetti and sparkles sprinkled around. That's number 3. And then number 4 will be this. So January along the bottom. And then kind of choose 3 larger New Year's doodles. And then again, we'll scatter confetti, sparkles, that kind of stuff all around. So those are going to be our options. Maybe someone's already started a poll. I'm going to pop into TikTok to see. All right. Oh, that would be great, Emil, if you could do a poll. Okay, let me show you those options once more now that the poll is up. So just so you know, this is option 4, 3, 2, and I got to scroll a little while to get to 1, and then I can talk through them just quickly again. So option number 1 is going to be pretty much exactly like this. The theme is New Year's no matter what. The coloring is the same no matter what. We're just trying to choose a format for our title page. Number 2, we have Jan or January going across, and then New Year's doodles moving up with confetti sprinkled amongst them. Number 3 is the circles of color with some glasses outlined, January and some sparkles. That's 3. This is 4. January at the bottom, and then 3 kind of main New Year's doodles with sparkles and confetti scattered around. Those are the options. So this is 4, this was 3, this was 2, and this was 1. Go ahead and cast your votes. I'm going to come back into TikTok. All right, number 2. And Jada, if that's not one that you wanted, just let us know. And we can, I wasn't sure if you meant that number 2 or the second of the 3 that I found on Pinterest. You know, number 2 overall or number 2 of the new finds on Pinterest. All right, let's choose our colors. Pink is going to be the main color, but I'll swatch a few for you so that we can figure out what you like. That works? Okay, perfect. And so for the balloon letters, Do you want to do it the same way as your initial title page where the balloon part was actually just 2027 and then January was written across in calligraphy? Do you want to keep that the same, or do you want to use balloon letters for JAN? Just gonna pick out a few pinks here. Yeah, true. We have been doing lots of blue, wintry January themes lately. Hey, Carson? I didn't even really think of that. Okay. I'm gonna swatch a few pinks, and if none of these are exactly what you're thinking, let me know, because I can turn to other marker packs as well. This is just what I have in my drawer, but I have a lot of markers that are not in my drawer that I could swatch for this, if none of them is quite checking that box for you. For kind of the main pink. And if you don't care, we'll vote, but if you want to choose, you can choose. All right. Sorry, Jada, I'm hitting you with a lot of questions. Okay, 2027 bubbles with calligraphy January or Jan. Okay, that sounds good. And then do one of these colors kind of fit what you were looking for with a soft pink? And then I know you want a gold too. And I have a gold marker somewhere, but I just cannot find it. I have my gold gel pen, I know that. Number 3, perfect. That is my most used pink, Tombow 772. Okay, so we'll pair that with some gold. And for the confetti, this one has also like some kind of oranges, peachy yellow, that kind of stuff. Let's see what else we can bring in. So we'll keep this pink. That's what I was wondering, Angela. And you know what? My son's pack of acrylics that I gave him does have gold, but that's one of the few that has kind of run out because it's a fun one, you know? It's all sparkly and shiny. We could mix some of those, or we could mix some more neutral colors with the pink. Like that. Or we could go in a different direction and add like some purples in with the pink. For some confetti. Or like a darker pink. What do you think? Any of these other colors? Do any of these work well for you to complement the pink as kind of accent doodles, little confetti or whatnot? Number 4 over here is a zebra mild liner. And I don't have the English version, so I don't actually know the name of this one. It's from their natural pack. I know some of you guys have the English version, so you guys can see the names, but I can't see them on mine. All right, yeah, you can just let us know if you want to choose one or more of these as kind of accent colors. Okay, 2 and 7, lovely. That is like my April theme. In my pre-made journal, I used, oh no, I actually ended up using that pink. I was torn between the two. But good choice. Gotta put that there. All right. Then let's get coloring. I gotta leave enough pages at the start for her yearly spreads. Oh, this feels so like backwards from working at the very end of a journal. Just feels so different than working at the very front of it. All right, let's do some balloonish letters for 2027 across here. We'll write January across it in calligraphy and then sprinkle our New Year's doodles kind of moving across the page. So let's do kind of balloonish letters. This is it so far, Nahi. We have not done anything else in this journal. We're putting on the very first lines here. We'll add some like crease lines and stuff to make it look a little bit more balloonish. And then we will, of course, add white gel pen later on as well. So for this theme, we've got a lot of different New Year's doodles going on. Let me swap over to see some of my inspiration pictures. And in the cover design that we chose, none of the pictures are actually outlined. It's all just marker. What do you guys think about that? I'll just mark. Actually, on that thought, I'm gonna hold this because we could write it on top in a darker pink if we decide to go with no black at all. So let me show you what I mean. From the initial kind of cover layout inspiration that we chose, there's no black pen or marker outlining anything. See, it's all just in two colors, the whole page. So we could try to do the same thing here. I feel like some of the doodles for New Year's lend themselves to an outline, like glasses, you know, because you can color the wine or whatever is in them. But the glasses themselves would maybe lend themselves to an outline. I just kind of want to start doodling though, so I think maybe I'll just get to it. Oh, when we need outlines, we could do them in gold. That's actually a great idea, Carson. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was my darker pink. When in doubt, listen to Carson. Yes, that is very true. Okay, this is going to be my first wine glass of the pair. So I want to see how to space it out so that the other one can be cheersing. All right, so I want the other one right here. Carson, my second brain. Yep. Just gonna take a quick sip here. Okay, I'm kind of thinking, just now that I've looked back at our sample photo, I'm kind of thinking ditch the yellow and just stick with 2 shades of pink, like the sample photo that had the 2 browns. What do you guys think? I love this yellow. It's my favorite one, Tombow 991. It's nothing personal yellow. I just feel like for this theme, it might be cute if we just keep it more monochrome. Okay, perfect. Yes, let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna choose a few other bigger New Year's doodles and kind of scatter them, but we want them kind of like funneling across the page like this. So let's do one of those like masks up here. And we could have where am I going to put balloons? I feel like we need to kind of narrow it in. So the balloons might need to be at the top here, just like normal balloons. And then, what other New Year's doodles do I want to do? Have like some noisemaker sorts of things. Ooh, a disco ball, that's a fun idea. We're gonna write January across here. I just didn't do it at the start because I wasn't sure if we'd want to do it in black or if we'd want to use either our dark pink or our gold. So we're gonna kind of hold that thought for now. We'll put a little stick on here, like it's one that you hold, you know? Let's let's see. Disco ball. Okay, how do I do a disco ball though? Can I just make the whole thing black, pink, and then like the lines on top gold, and then color some squares in with dark pink? I feel like that might work. Hey, what do you guys think? I just feel like I need to kind of narrow it in, so I'm not sure exactly where to put it. Right over here, or over here, and then it can be bigger. I know I've never actually drawn one either, which feels silly because it seems like a common enough thing to draw. Yes, let's add like confetti. Ay. Second brain, I need ya. Oh, under the 2 for disco ball. Sorry, Jada. Any other ideas of what this could be then? Or we can just keep it here. I feel like it might be too late to turn that into something else. Okay. All right, let's add some lines in gold. And I'm gonna fill some squares in with the darker gold and then add some, or darker pink, and some with a second coat of lighter pink, and then I'll add some gold sparkles like on top of it. Okay, second layer of this pink to darken up some of them a little bit. Okay, and then let's do maybe one more. Just gonna take a quick sip. Oh, thanks you guys. I'm glad you like how the disco ball turned out. I'm going off of one of our Pinterest inspiration pictures, but it's just black and white, so I had to do a little bit of imagining, but we made it work. What else? One of the ideas on here is like a little, let's see, we've got some party hats. Tell me if you hear any doodles that, okay, we need to fill this corner and this basically, and then the rest is gonna be like confetti and stuff, I think. So kind of one thing here, maybe a small thing over here, but we're kind of trying to narrow it down. We are gonna add confetti paper all over the place. Confetti, sparkles. We're gonna go in with our gold and our pinks after this and fill in all the space with little doodles, but we're doing some big doodles. Like 1, 2, maybe 3 big doodles. Oh, we could do a party hat right here. That would fit, fit kind of the gap that we're trying to fill. Okay, fireworks, you guys like that idea? Clock you like? Okay, we could do a clock with the hands at the 12. Oh yeah, I could do a bottle of champagne. So far I just have the glasses, hey? Maybe let's do a bottle of champagne, maybe over here. You guys like the clock? Or we could do a bottle of champagne kind of sticking up over here and then a little clock over here. Maybe that would fit better. Okay, so let's do the bottle. Let me see if I had a reference photo for that. we'll just fill the bottle with the light pink. And then we'll add a little label to it with the darker pink, which we'll draw on with white gel pen to actually label it. And then we'll outline it and add a cork. Gold. Okay, and then the clock. You do like the firework idea? Okay, so I'm just gonna do a small clock then. Right over here. So we're running out of real estate for bigger doodles. Okay, and then you told Jada if you like her journal more, we're switching. That's very funny. Okay, we'll put a little party hat up here. I'm gonna color on it with white gel pen. And add a little pom-pom to the top. And the firework idea. All right, let's add a few fireworks. Gold or colored? We still have to fill in all of our space with the, we need to fill in a lot of space with little circles, bubbles, sparkles, that kind of stuff. I'm thinking I'll put a firework here and a firework here, and then fill in the rest of the space with our small doodles. Pinks. All right, let's do some pinks. Actually, everything up there is darker pink. So let's start with a lighter pink for this one. And then we'll do a little firework down here as well. All right, now we need to add the smaller doodles. So we'll add some confetti. Confetti, sparkles, that kind of stuff all around. Let's add maybe some bigger confetti pieces first. These pinks are 772 and 817. All right, then let's add some like sparkles, bubbles, that kind of stuff. And I am sorry if I've missed any comments. I haven't been looking up a ton. So if there are questions that like need to be answered by me, you can keep asking or a moderator can pin it or something. I haven't been trying to avoid questions. I just haven't been looking up that much lately. A few bubbles from the drinks up there too. Yeah, we could do that. Yes, Kara, this is our first page in the new journal. We are just breaking it in with a January New Year's theme. Okay, now as I'm doing this, I'd love to hear from you guys. What should we do for January? We were gonna write January across these letters. So in her original picture, the letters were like this. Oh, the puzzle piece. Give me one sec. Good thing I looked up exactly when I did. Okay, sorry. So that was the original with January written in black across the letters, or the numbers, sorry. We haven't used any black on the page, so I'm kind of leaning away from bringing in the black just for that purpose, you know? I feel like we could do it with our darker pink, or we could do it with gold. I just did the puzzle piece scale, thank you. Well, we can do a poll for dark pink versus gold. Yes, that's what we're talking about, Nikki. Do we write January across here in dark pink or in gold? That's the decision that we're currently making. Why don't we just get a 2-option poll going? And of course, Jada, if you want to choose, you can just choose. But yeah, if a moderator doesn't mind starting a 2-option poll, we can do that to choose it. Awesome. Okay, so option number 1 is going to be gold, January across here in gold. Option number 2 is going to be our darker pink, the other pink on the page. So option number 1, gold. Option number 2, dark pink. Either way, we're writing January across here. go ahead and put your votes in the poll icon that you can see right up there by my profile picture. Now I need to let this dry for a sec before I even think about touching the page for anything else. Okay, we gotta let that dry. I wanna add white gel pen to some things, and then we will add our gold for the lettering. Oh, and then I just said I can't touch anything yet, and then I went ahead and touched that. I'll cover that with white gel pen. Okay. Yes, the pinks are 772 is the lighter one. Thank you, Ashley. Yep, and 817 is the darker one. I'm just taking a sip. That's a good idea too, Carson. Above the January, or the 2 on the left, we could do that as well. Okay, I would love to keep doing things, but I need to just not touch the page for a while because there's so much wet gel pen on there. I am glad you guys like it. Oh, and here I wasn't thinking about the lettering going across, so I sprinkled a few doodles in between. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. Well, I guess we can at least, while this gold gel pen is all drying, before we move on to the next thing, our other pages are a memories page, a 2-page calendar, and then a sleep tracker and a mood tracker. What do you think, Jada? Memories over here like your mom did, and then calendar, and then trackers? That would be the same order, which I feel like in my head makes sense. But you let me know if you have an order in mind of how you would like things. You like that? Okay. And sorry, Jada, any thoughts on the January up here instead of across? We can do it across. I shouldn't have put those little doodles in there, but I wasn't thinking about that. But I can just white gel pen them out if you want to go across. That's totally fine. Ashley, Bree, Ashley is Jada's mom. We just finished her journal last week, and now we're working on Jada's. A little one would be cute? Okay. Yes, we can do a little one up there. I'm trying not to touch too much of the page with my arm or hand here. We'll see how well that goes. Thank you, Rosa. A heat gun, yeah. Oh, really, Bree? Does that work well? Okay, then we'll just, okay, I should wait. Oh, I have such a hard time waiting for things to dry. I will wait, give it another minute or two, and then I'll write January above the 2 there. Okay, and this might be a horrible idea. Tell me if it is, but drop shadow, very thin one, but in our darker pink. Just for the sides where there's already a shadow. So basically everywhere that there's already a shadow, I would add one more little strip of darkness. I feel like the letters are the least prominent thing on the page. Or gold gel pen. You know, I just feel like they're the least prominent thing on the page right now. And that's the title. So I usually like to make the title the most prominent thing on the page. You think no? Okay. Well, thanks for being honest. You think they're a tiny bit lost. I agree. That's the problem. I feel like they're kind of getting lost, and those are my ideas to fix it. To either add a little bit of gold or a little bit of pink to compete with the other colors on the page. Yes? I'm not going to bring in a black outline. I think they would look good with black outline, but we have committed to no black for this page, and I want to stick with that. Okay, you guys think it would work? I don't this year, Sam. Sorry. Darker pink, you think? Well, yeah, that's the option, Aaliyah, is darker pink or gold. Okay, Jada thinks darker pink. Okay, I need to let this sit for a little bit. We've got to add January, we've got to add dark pink. Why don't we think about our memories page while we let this sit so that I fully let it dry? So for our memories page, we could lay it out in any number of ways. I'll pull out Ashley's journal that we just finished for some examples of what we have done for memories pages, and then we can do something similar. So we could do kind of like a doodly border. And write memories either on the side, the bottom, the top, whatever. Sometimes in Ashley's we did more of like a frame with memories at the top. That one's also a frame. This one's also a frame. This one is also a frame. We did a lot of frames in Ashley's, like full borders. Not all though. Oh, here, you guys were mentioning a banner before. We could do some sort of like New Year's banner for memories. Here we have the doodly border thing again. There we have a frame again. You like her June, but balloons instead of a banner? Like balloon letters or balloons with the letters on them, you know? You know, like balloon shape with white gel pen letters on them, or balloonish looking letters like that. I'm gonna write our January up here now. Memories and white gel pen on the balloons. Okay, yeah, we could do that. Certainly. I'm sorry, but I just need to point out these lids, how misleading. Like this lid is way darker than what the pink actually is, and this one is way lighter than what the pink actually is. Like they look like neighbors, but they're very far off. All right, that outline totally works. Doesn't take away, but it makes them look a little bit more present. Okay. Balloons now. Okay. Balloons like floating from the top where their strings just dangle, or balloons coming up from the bottom where their strings disappear off the bottom of the page. Kelly, I will be sharing more clips of Ashley's on my Instagram and TikTok in the near future. Right now all the replays are just on YouTube. That's like the only place that it's been shared currently. Yeah, circles with white gel pen memories. Okay. I kind of feel like top because, yeah, the bottom, not because the balloons are on top, but because the bottom here is, this one's so bottom heavy. A balloon bunch in the corner that says Mems. That's a cute idea too. Coming up from, floating in the corner, somewhere in the corner. And then like just a gold border, simple gold border or something. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Then we can make them bigger, because yeah, that many balloons in a row to write memories was gonna look pretty squished. That's why I was kind of, where are we gonna put these? But I think this option will be cute. Okay, and then we'll do one here. I don't know if that's fully dry yet, the January letter, so I'm gonna go this way so that my hand doesn't smear across them. That's great, Carson, because I need that. Because sometimes I have different things in my head are like, oh, I don't think that would look the way that they think it would look. But I don't know how to say it and still be nice, so I just don't say it. And then I do it, and I shouldn't have, you know? But that's like Melissa Owens when she comes to the lives. She's like, I needed to save you from that bad idea. You wouldn't have liked that at all. And I'm like, yeah, you know, you're right. I needed your voice here to give me a reason to not do what someone requested or something. Outline the balloons in gold and the mask. I feel you with the mask. I feel like it needs something. I don't know about the balloons. Because I feel like if I outline the balloons, then I need to outline like everything on the page. Oh, see, this is the wrong pink. The lids are way too close for such different pinks. I'm just gonna try adding a little bit of shading on the mask. Now it looks kind of angry, but I think it looks better. White on the mask, but like where? You know? Like a design on it? I feel like this might be a good place to leave it, you know, before we go and make it too busy. Fixed it enough? Okay. Woohoo! Okay, I am so glad we left out the yellow. I love this yellow, but this monochromatic look was perfect for this theme. Okay, let's do, oh, thanks, Lola. Hey, Robin. Thank you guys so much. Let's do our calendar spread next. So you guys, it's nice having another custom bullet journal here to reference. You guys know my two default options are to do option 1, like a full outline like this, and then just dots of color for the dates. That's my first option, option 1. Second option for the calendar is option 2, to do a partial outline, just the top line, and then highlight the row for the dates. Those are kind of my typical 2 options for the calendar. Option 1, option 2. Jada, if you have a preference, you want to just use one throughout the whole journal, one option throughout the whole journal, or if you want to alternate like your mom, or if you don't care, we'll take a poll. But of course, if you don't want the results of the poll, then you can just veto it. Is there a mod who would like to set up a poll for us? I should be pulling up my 2027 calendar, and you guys may need to help me out with this because we just did two 2027 journals in a row with Sunday starts for the monthly calendar, and Jada is wanting a Monday start for the monthly calendar. So I know that it's going to trip me up a little bit because my calendar on my iPad naturally does a Sunday start. So I'm going to need to adjust in my head. So if anyone wants to like pull up a calendar at the same time as me to make sure that I don't do the wrong starting date is the most important, but I've got it fresh in my head right now, so I think I should be okay. Okay, yeah, we'll alternate with each month, so this will just be choosing which one to start with for this month. So again, in the poll that you're seeing up there, option 1 is this option. We do a full outline, probably in gold, and then alternate between our 2 pinks for the colors of the dates. That's option 1. Option 2 is we would do, where is it? Just a top row outline with probably gold because we haven't done black, and then highlight the rows with our pinks. I know, but I don't know where to do that. Nailed it. It seems like such a permanent thing. Oh, well, Jada, I want to do whatever you like. I'm fine with doing a Monday start. I just don't want to. Option 1. Okay, cool. Maybe just lock that in now though, Jada, before I start, because Sunday is the default for me. So that's easier for me, but I don't care what's easier for me. I want to do whatever you're going to look at the calendar and naturally think that it's supposed to be, you know? So Sunday start or Monday start, let's lock that in right away, and then I can start drawing. Sunday for the full calendar? Okay. That's exactly what I do and what your mom did as well. Sunday for the full calendar, but then for the weekly spreads, I always start mine on a Monday. Okay. So January is one of those where we've got 6 weeks. The top row is going to be a full row on this side. And then we end with a 1 day down here. But now this is gonna bother me because now I can't do these lines right away because the gold is still wet. So we'll just do these ones, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll have to pause for a sec so that I don't smear the gold ink. But yeah, this is a great gold. Nice and juicy, but a little bit annoying because then that means I need to wait for it to dry. The gold one you can also find on Temu. This is the same one as I used for my white one, the Languo P600B. That's the one. I did touch up the smudge on the cover page, the title page. I just put white gel pen on top of it. Yes. No worries. Oh yes, I think they come in what, packs of 6? Something like that. Oh, thank you, Michaela. With my thumb. Oh, this thumb? I'm lost. Oh, yes. Yeah, the 6-pack Brie. I've been so tempted by the big 36-pack though, ever since trying these two. I know I would love it. Yeah, it does have a little line on it, but you can't really tell on the page, so I think we're good. But I feel like I'm too impatient to commit to like using gel pen on a regular basis. Like all that drying time adds up. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't smear you, Emil, because you were right. It was right on there. Okay, now I would normally do these numbers in black. Are we wanting to completely steer clear of black in this month and do the numbers in white? Or should I do them in black? Like it would be a super fine black, so it wouldn't look very like bold or anything. And I think on the light pink, the white does have a bit of a hard time popping, but on the dark pink, it looks great. White? Okay, we'll do white then. That's fine. I don't know if gold would pop that much on top of the pinks. You know, like comparing the gold on top of there, I just feel like it, I don't know. What do you think? All right, we'll stick with white. And as I'm doing, oh, thank you, Kat. As I'm doing the numbers, I don't have any acrylic that's that small, Jennifer. The only acrylics that I have are big, thick, juicy brush markers. That's why I never use acrylic for like small details. Are there lots of people? Oh, wow. Thank you guys so much. I had my calendar covering the number over there. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're working on Jada's journal, which we just started today. For those of you who are new, it's going to be a 12-month journal, so we've got a lot ahead of us. But we just finished our last journal last week for Ashley. If anyone wants to see a flip through of how that one turned out, I do still have it. I'm going to hang on to it for the week to capture a bit more content with it before I send it off to her, but we can totally flip through that. But yeah, if you guys have ideas for how we want to use the rest of the page, Jada, typically I would do like a notes box like I did in your mom's. Would you like something similar? Just like a box for notes, or do you have a different label that you would want, like a box for goals? There's just kind of the perfect amount of room right over here for some sort of extra box. I do, Carrie, yes. I don't have any custom spots available at the moment because I just do one at a time. Because as you can imagine, it takes quite a while, but generally, yes, I do offer these. Thank you so much. The white gel pen's looking good? Good. Yeah, it definitely pops more on the dark pink, but you can still see it on the light pink. Okay, so Carson was thinking big calligraphy for January, maybe line art bottles. Okay, yeah, so this is what we have for our theme so far, the doodles that we have brought in. Let me think here. We could do JAN up here if we wanted to stick with the sort of balloon style letters. It wouldn't really fit to write January very well if we want to use balloons. Yes, Sonia, the replays for Ashley's journal are all up on my YouTube channel. The whole journal should be there. Or yeah, we could put January up here in like stacked calligraphy or JAN balloons, and then put doodles up here and down here. But yeah, it's kind of our heading either up here or over here, and then doodles filling the bottom part, and then whichever area is left free. Or yeah, we could bring in stacked calligraphy. Okay, maybe let's do a poll here with a few options. Oh, January in balloon letters, top left, or Jan in balloon letters. Okay, I'm on it. Have these dried? Yeah, the gold I feel like takes even longer than the white to dry. Okay. Now we will do some kind of notes box over here. I can, Holly. This is just my goal. I've got a baby coming in less than 2 months here. And so my goal is to sell 100 journals before baby arrives. So mostly these, for those of you who are new to my page, these are like my coloring book planner style journals. You color it in and use it as a bullet journal. But yeah, my goal is to hit 100. So to help us get there, we've been doing little promos each week. The first week we did free charms. The next week we did free cover designs. This week we're doing stickers as the freebies. I've just got a ton of stickers over here. Yeah, that is all. Did you film June? I did just film my June. Oh, but I left it upstairs, but I'll show you the colors that I used. I was trying out the Ohuhu Maui colors. So this is my, this was my color palette. All the circled ones are what I did. Oh, we've got one due June 8th. We've got one due September 9th. So yeah, it was a very different color palette than what I normally use, but I like how it turned out. I left it upstairs though, otherwise I would show ya. Alrighty. Now let's do... Oh, Angela, I didn't know you were expecting too. Congratulations. That's number 3 for you, right? You've also got 2 boys? Okay. We need a notes box over here. We could do kind of a notes box that fills this whole part of the page and then just like a line of doodles across the bottom. We could do like a solid fill, super light pink box on the side, with maybe just like some small confetti around the border or something, and then have a bunch of our kind of the doodles that we've already used going along the bottom. What do you think about that as far as using the space? Carson loves it. Okay, you know what? I can't say no to Carson these days. Oh, that's not the light pink I meant to use. Talk about lids being deceiving. I want to use this one. Don't worry, I'll put a doodle over there. This one though is like invisible, which not my favorite attribute of this pink, but a couple coats and it looks very cute. I don't even know how I'm going to be able to tell when this pink is running out of ink because it's already so light. And I'm like, maybe it's running out of ink, but it's always been super light. Okay, then maybe up here to cover up my little blunder, let's do some balloons that say notes. Since we've used the whole balloon letters idea already, that would not be out of place. And drew those balloon strings too early and then smeared them. Cover that with white gel pen when they dry, and we'll write notes across there, but I need to let that dry. Just turn it into a bow. That's a good idea. Good night, Yamil. Thanks for joining. Just gonna wait on that. This one is Jada's journal. So it's a custom that we're making for her. And we just started it today. So these are like the first pages here. Oh, thank you for the follow, Alicia. So yeah, we just finished one for Ashley last week. And now we are starting a fresh one today. All right, let's do some of our doodles down at the bottom over here. Let's just start with, let's do a disco ball over here. And then a little party hat. Oh, that's the dark pink. That's the start of our champagne bottle. And then we'll do just a bit of a bigger firework. And we'll do our clinking glasses. Thank you guys for all the likes. I appreciate that. I'm gonna add the gold gel pen in a sec, just not quite yet. Maybe the clock, we can do the clock yet. Thank you for the heart. Thank you, Artsy by Momshi. The brush pens that I used for this theme were both Tombos, and they were number 772 and 817. Good night, Terry. Thanks for joining. No problem. Oh, thanks, you guys. I can definitely show you how I did the letters if anyone wants to draw along. It wasn't very tricky, really. I promise. D, I do. I am not taking any more custom orders like this at the moment. I only do one at a time, and I've got a baby coming soon, so I'm kind of closed for this foreseeable future. If you like this kind of thing, I have they're like my pre-made journals, so it's still all drawn totally by hand, but then printed into a journal. So you just like color it in like a coloring book, and then use it as a bullet journal. There's still lots of room for you to customize. Like you could turn this into a memories page like we just did for her. Then there's a calendar like we have for her. You give it the heading you want, you know, trackers. It's very personalizable, but these are available all the time, and they're like 10% of the cost of these because these take me a lot of time. So if you're interested, I would recommend one of these just because I'm not taking custom orders for a while. I do have a discount code. It's live stream for 10% off. And the freebie this week to help me hit my journal goal before baby arrives is some free stickers. I've got all sorts of stickers that I will throw in with your journal along with the usual freebie, which is a white gel pen. No, I've never done a black paper journal, and I don't think I would. I love the way they look, just like seeing, you know, 1 or 2 pages, but I think having a whole journal like that would drive me crazy. Timothy, I have like washi tape stickers or all the stickers that were in the journal kits. So like the flower stickers, the girl stickers. I would just kind of grab a bundle of stickers. Dot stickers. Alphabet stickers. That kind of stuff. May is your favorite? Yeah, you know, Gina, May wasn't my favorite before coloring it. Like just looking at it without being colored, I was like, it's okay. It was actually one of my least favorite. But now that I've colored it, I kind of agree with you. It's one of my favorites. May is the lily pads one, the pond theme. Which again, mine is upstairs, or I would show you the way that I colored it because I just loved those colors and everything. It did take a bit longer than I would like though, because there was so much, just so many doodles on every page. And I don't really have that much patience, but I was very happy with how it turned out. Oh, you're right. I was just thinking 2027. I was literally thinking, okay, I gotta write 2027. And then I didn't, so. That's all right. I'll just color over that with the same pink. And then, oh, that was the different pink. But it actually worked. Color over that, and then I'll do a 7 in a second once that dries. Oh, thank you so much for your order, whoever just placed. I appreciate that. Thank you, Cad. All right, boom. Easy peasy, you can't even tell. We're good. Okay. I need to let this page dry before I close it because that gold gel pen will just smear like crazy if we close it. But the next 2 pages that we're doing are, she wants a mood tracker and a sleep tracker. Let me show you the inspiration. Oh, thank you so much, Bree. Nice. Did you get one of the empty ones or one that's done for you and you color it? Oh yeah, Lorna, I can show you a balloon letter while we wait for this to dry. If anyone wants to color along one of these balloon letters, you'll just need 1 marker, unless you want to add that little drop shadow, but that was just kind of an afterthought. 1 marker is all that you need. So you can choose, okay, nice. So then all the spreads are kind of chosen for you. It does half the work for you. You still need to color it, but there's less decisions involved. Okay, so whatever letter you're doing, what letter should we do? Let's do, we just did Jan. You need a custom. Well, I don't have any customs available at the moment. Okay, we already did an A, so let's do a K. Okay, so if you want to do a balloon, that's a K. I know I don't start mine like this, but that's just because I've practiced a little bit, so I kind of skipped this step. But just start by drawing the letter, roughly the size that you want your balloon letter to be, and then add some padding. Give it a little bit of fluff to all of your strokes. Round out any sharp edges, just like that. Yeah, you don't want any sharp corners or edges or anything. And then you're gonna pretend that there's a light shining from here. So everything that's not getting hit by the light is gonna get a shadow. Don't even bother thinking about that if you don't want to. Just put a shadow on the right bottom side of each stroke. So the right bottom here is over here, the right bottom here will be there. This one's actually kind of tough because this is the right, but this is the bottom. I don't know what the right answer is. What would I do? Probably the bottom, hey? Ooh, that's tough. Okay, K is hard. Who made me do K? Whatever, something like this. Just add a second coat, same marker, just add a second coat. And the paper that I'm drawing on right now is much worse than the paper in these journals, so it's looking very streaky. But the process is the same. And then using a thin line, same color, kind of come wherever you have a natural bend in the letter, add some creases, just some little lines coming out of it. And then just add a few more creases kind of around the letter. You know how balloons just kind of like stretch and crease. I usually do them in clusters, like 3 or 4. Just a few little lines, like so. Oh, yeah. The crease is closer. Yeah, so this is just printer paper, which I should have just pulled out a different journal to do this because it's looking very streaky, but you can see the process. Add your creases, and then if you have a white gel pen, which I highly recommend, it's my favorite beginner bullet journal tool because it just makes even simple things look so much fancier. It's also the freebie with every journal order from my shop. You're gonna add little like kind of shiny blobs on the opposite side that you added your shadow. So whatever's getting directly hit with the light, you wanna make it shine. So the top left is gonna get those shiny spots, and just like the left side in general, you can kind of scatter them, but for sure the very tippy top left, and I usually do like multiple blobs in kind of a row, you know? Put one here, put one here. Just add that shiny blob anywhere that is kind of opposite of where you have the shadows anyways. And then it should look like that. And if you're using decent paper, it should look more like that. So yeah, one color, draw your letter, bulk it up a little bit, add a shadow in the same color, add creases in the same color, and then you can use your white gel pen to add a little bit of shiny jank, yeah. And then we just used a darker pink to add everywhere that you have a shadow. We just added like a line just to bold it up a little bit, because at first we had it without that, but it really got lost with all the doodles going on the page. So that's just kind of an afterthought that we added to make our letters stand out a little bit more on the title page. All right, no problem, you guys. All right, let's do a sleep tracker and mood tracker. I'm gonna pull up the pictures here that we have as examples. Sorry, I'm trying to switch from full screen, or from just having it as part of the screen to a full screen, and it gets me every time. Okay, so sleep log, we would do something like this. Jada, it's not a huge deal. This one goes from 5 p.m. until 4 p.m. That's the start and end point. Does that sound good to you, Jada? Or do you want different timings? And then mood tracker was the other type of tracker. And generally for mood tracker, I would treat it similar to the savings tracker that we did for Ashley, where I usually default to just doing kind of a mini calendar situation instead of doing doodles for each month. But if we come up with like a simple doodle, I can do that. I just know some people make their mood trackers so elaborate, and when you're doing customs, you kind of have to draw a little line somewhere. So I don't want it to be too crazy. Ariel, I don't have custom journals available at the moment. I just take one at a time. I've got a baby coming soon, so I'm not taking any more for the foreseeable future. However, they're typically about $500 just because of the hours that go into it. If you want my $50 option, this is also completely hand-drawn, and you just treat it like a coloring book and a journal. 12 unique themes. And yeah, it's all done for you, but there's still some flexibility. There's blank pages scattered throughout, blank sections that you can use for whatever you need. So that's a good option if you're looking for something similar. Oh, thank you so much. Fine with those times for the sleep log? Okay. Let's start there then. Grab my fine liner. In the pre-made journal, Gina? Or for Jada's journal? Okay, and now I need to see, so we need 24 spots going this way. Okay, yeah, so this is a tight squeeze when you list all of the hours. It'll just fill the whole page, but that is totally fine. We've got the space for it. We just need to go right to the edge here. No, I did not see Tiana's idea for the mood tracker. What was it? Oh, a disco ball. Okay, I feel like we could do that. Oh, what did Jada say? Outline confetti pieces, like just little shapes, kind of. Keep her sample picture up here. How is that laid out? Okay, yeah. Okay. Now on the sample picture, it actually only has a line on the left. Should I do a full box at this point? It's gonna look empty now, but she's gonna color in the hours that she sleeps. So that's why we can't fill any of this space, and it will look colorful and cute once she's actually using it for tracking. But right now it's gonna look a little empty. 31 balloon outlines. It's a surprise, Ariel. I've got 2 boys already, and number 3 is a mystery. Okay, little shapes of confetti. I need to write, oh, full box. I need to write sleep tracker up there. The balloon letters would be a little squashed. We could just do like kind of a bubbly letter. Or we could do some calligraphy. Okay, so let's do some confetti outlines then. Okay, confetti outlines. We could do just sleep. It's also just kind of a short space, you know? So even so, it would be a little squashed, but we'll see. All right, let's do some confetti. 1, 2. Okay, I was counting along for a while, but now I'm lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, so we only need 7 more. Perfect. 7 more confettis. 2, 3. I think it's 25. Okay. I'll double check. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh yeah, I think you were right. We had 25 before. Okay, so then I just need 1 more. Let's put another little curly guy down here. Maybe let's do a little like horn thing that they're all coming out of. And then the key over here. Or something like that. Or the key could be on the horn. Not a horn. You know, like, it looks like a horn, but the confetti comes shooting out of. Right? 1, 2, I'm just gonna write the dates on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that thing. What do you call that though, if not a horn? A popper. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that, but sounds like it could be right. I can say definitively that I've never used a popper or a confetti cannon. Okay, 31. Let's do, yeah, maybe we'll do the confetti popper coming out of here, actually. So we'll just kind of do it like we had. That'll be the opening. And then and then we'll put our little key down here. And then the last thing we need to decide is how we want to write the headings for these pages. So this one needs to say sleep or sleep tracker, and this one needs to say mood or mood tracker. And so far, the 2 fonts that we've brought in are this kind of balloon lettering and then a more bouncy printed font like we used here for mems, here for January, and then here for notes. So that's what we need to choose yet, is just how we want to write sleep and mood, or sleep tracker and mood tracker. All right, so for your key, I'm going to give you 4 boxes. You can choose a mood to assign to each one, or a color. We could do calligraphy as well, that's true. We haven't used any of that yet. Oh yeah, and then I was gonna add some gold stripes on our popper too. Oh, what did you, bouncy printed? Okay. Then maybe I'll use our darker pink and do bouncy printed sleep tracker, mood tracker. That works. All right. What was I just thinking? I don't remember. I should probably be done soon. My husband is still in a meeting, that's why I'm not rushing off. Normally I would try to be off by now because it is bedtime. But I'm just thinking here, we could choose our weekly spread at the very least for January. And then I do have some orders to catch up on. I've got these 5 journals, haven't been packed yet. So tomorrow we'll probably start with that. So we won't be able to dive right into Jada's journal tomorrow when we get on the live. We'll do some orders first and then we'll do Jada's journal. So yeah, maybe let's choose your weekly spread, Jada, and then we can work on that as soon as we're ready to work on that tomorrow. Well, Alexis, she'll choose the colors for the mood tracker with the markers that she has. Tomorrow will be an afternoon. Yeah. Okay. What am I thinking? Oh yeah, so Jada, let's talk about your weekly spreads. I know initially you said that you didn't want any kind of bonus boxes on there. So for example, in your mom's, we had a notes box every week, and then she wanted to make sure that all 7 days always had separate boxes instead of ever combining the weekend. Sometimes it's easier often to combine the weekend and then split the page into 6 boxes, you know? But anyways, what are your thoughts on that? Do you want any bonus box at all for notes or anything? Do you care if your weekend is combined or separate? And then we'll find some spreads on Pinterest that fit what you're looking for, and we will choose what we're gonna do for January. So yeah, I'll show you a few different ones that your mom had. If you like, honestly, this is a pretty standard amount of boxes to have. Like, so your mom, we would say, would have a total of like 8 boxes, 1 for notes, 7 for the days, and then whatever space is left, we just used for the title and some doodles. And that's pretty standard. It's pretty easy to find layouts that have a total of 8 boxes. So if you want that, that works. If you don't want a notes box and you're okay with 6 or 7 boxes for the days of the week, we can do that too. But yeah, I'll just show kind of a few different layouts that work well if you want a total of 8. From Ashley's journal. What do you think, Jada? You like her 8 boxes, but you'll do it to do instead of notes? Okay, So you want to keep the 7 days of the week separate and then do a to-do box. That sounds good. So I would put all 4 of these as options, but I don't have them saved on my iPad. Let's go to Pinterest and see if we can find them to be examples. So I'll go to my bullet journal board. Wait, where? Oh yeah, there. Forgot how to do the sections thing. Okay, so we're looking for something with 8 boxes. So right away, this one jumps out. But of course, it would be New Year's doodles, and we would put the title for January somewhere. I feel like this one would work very nicely because the balloons are easy to stack vertically, you know, like the balloon letters. So that one's definitely a good option for 8. Let me see here. Yeah, the thing is, we don't want just 8. We want like 8 and some bonus space for a title in doodles. Because with something like this, we would need to use this space as well to be our to-do, and then 7 separate days. So that just like straight up 8 doesn't really work very well, but 8 with space is kind of what we're looking for. That one's close, but I know I have a better example of that type of thing saved on here. Okay. This one does have the 8 boxes and then space in the middle for a title and doodles, which it's never my favorite drawing on the crease, but we could definitely make that work if you like that. Okay, yeah. This is one that works really well with 8, but then instead of a quote here, your to-do box would be over here. Let's see. Okay, and I know this one doesn't have the spacing right, but I'm gonna save that to demonstrate this weekly spread, because it's the same idea, just you would make those boxes a little smaller, add an extra day, and then put a notes box at the top, you know? So I'm gonna save that picture, but the spacing is actually way off, but this is just a placeholder in our poll to show what we mean. Let's see. And some of these would work here too, like this one with doodles across the middle. I wonder if I have a better picture of that somewhere. And then this one with the kind of horizontal days, but then the borders are kept free. That would work. Oh, here, why don't I save something like this? So you've got your 7 days, and then the to-do area would be up here, and then maybe title and doodles. That would work well. Okay, I feel like we have a few good options here. I'm just gonna pop onto TikTok to see if I've been missing any of your comments. Normally I'm looking at comments on my iPad, so I can't really do that while I'm in there. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Jada. Which one were you saying that one? Let me, like your mom's November? Okay, yeah, we can totally use that for January here. I'm gonna show you guys the pictures that I collected for a yearly spread, or weekly spread, sorry, inspiration. And yeah, Jada, for sure, you can let me know if there are certain ones that you're like, I know I want. Usually I do 4 in a journal and then we rotate through them. So if you already know that there are ones that you want to lock in as options, you can let me know. And if not, we'll just vote again in February and in March and so on. But so this is number 1 here, 4 across like that, and then we've got the margins open for doodles and a title. Number 2, I've never done this one before, so I'm like a little bit like, oh, I don't know the spacing, but we would figure it out. This is number 2 with doodles in the middle. I will say though, it would look very different with different themes. Like this works very well with the flower theme. With some themes, it may not work quite as well. Number 3, this is actually the same type of thing that we used for your mom's April, August, and December. So you can see we've got 3 tall days across and then 3, but she wanted more like full size spaces for Saturday and Sunday. So we just stretched that out and then turned that area into her notes box and then had the title and stuff up there. So this one is like one of the ones that we used here. That was option 3. This one's option 4, which yeah, is like your mom's November. And then this is it's kind of similar to your mom's January, but just a different way of separating the boxes, but the boxes are the same size. So that would be number 5. And we can totally look for more inspiration for future months. If you just want to lock this one in, we'll just lock this one in and then we'll choose different ones in the future. Alrighty, so let me show you what we've done so far today. And also, is anyone here who has an order waiting to be packed? Because I can hear my husband, he's still in his meeting, so I'm like, I should be in bed, but also I know I won't fall asleep till he's done anyway. So part of me just wants to like get through some stuff, you know? So this is what we did today. We just started Jada's journal for 2027. So we've got her January New Year's theme. We did the title page, the memories page, a 2-page calendar with space for notes. And then these are her trackers, a sleep tracker and a mood tracker. And then we will be jumping into the weekly spreads. I think we'll save this for a different, for tomorrow. I don't think I'll start that right now. Oh, you know what? My husband is a software developer and he is helping out with a startup. So everyone working at that startup already works a full-time job, like, because they don't have the funding yet to be paying their employees, but they need to get their app to a point where they can get the funding and pay the employees. But anyways, most of the people are in a different time zone than us. That's why it's so late. It starts not this late, but they get chatty sometimes. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Kennedy. So yeah, this isn't like for his work. His work is during very normal hours. It's just for the startup because everyone already works a full-time job. Crystal, the custom journals are not available at the moment. Yeah, I just take one order at a time. Yeah, like for Martha, it's only 9 p.m. It's probably like that for most of the people in the meeting. For us, it's after 11. So it's a little late to be in a meeting, but he's the only one in this time zone. So, okay. Oh, I'm so tempted to just keep going. Let's see. Tracy's not here. Taylor, Susan. I know we got a couple new orders in tonight. If anyone was here and wanted to see theirs packed, I would do that, but past midnight here. Oh yeah, paperclip, yeah, that's exactly why I don't download, because it takes like 4 clicks and screenshotting is just quick. 5:20 a.m. Yeah, nobody's in that time zone or they would not be meeting because their meeting started like 2 hours ago. Okay. I'm just so torn if I should go to bed or if I should continue. Let's just do the spacing. Just the spacing wouldn't hurt. Let me pull out my light gray and grab Ashley's journal for the spacing. Now we have done this same spread where we put 4 days over here and then had a smaller space for the title. And then we put 3 days over here and then we put the notes down here. Should we just keep it as it is? Keep it as it is, or shuffle the 4 days here, 3 days here, put the to-do box here, and the title up here. Okay, you like this layout as it is? I can just keep it as it is. So then, oh, the reason I pulled that out is because I was going to count the spacing, and then I didn't even count the spacing. I think I know what it is. I think I did 7 dots tall, right? Let me check. 3, 6, 7, yes, okay. And then starting 2 dots from the bottom. Perfect. And we're gonna need 5 weekly spreads because we're gonna finish that last week of December. So 0, 3.5, 7. 3.5, 7, 10.5, 14. There we go. But Jada, if you want to go to bed, I won't do any more like substantial doodling or anything. I'll just like draw in the lines, maybe write in the numbers, but nothing crazy. And also, you never need to feel obligated to be here, but I know that it's nice being around for the decisions in your own journal sometimes. That was 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we need 1 more. All right, and I feel like we should use gold for the lines, even though it's gonna drive me crazy having to wait for all of these to dry. I just feel like we kind of set ourselves up for that, you know? Kenzie, kind of, I guess we were shy 1 page in Janelle's journal, so we just added a Dutch door, a tape-in Dutch door, and made it work. But normally I count the pages right. I just counted them 1 off that time. Yeah, Joe Go. The ones that I'm using, oh, thank you for the follow. The markers that I am mostly using are Tombow markers. I get mine from Journal Say or Stationery Pal. That's where I typically get them. But if you're just starting out, I love the Crayola Super Tips. And I recommend these if you're looking for just kind of a one-stop marker shop, because these ones I buy 1 at a time. And these you can just get a nice huge pack of 150 and they work great. Thanks for the follow, Bella. All right, how badly do I want to just keep moving forward? Badly enough to put a paper in here? Yeah, I do. The Tombows are much pricier, yeah. So 1 Tombow is about the cost of, well, I guess you could buy, what, like 3 Tombows for the price of 100 Crayola Super Tips. And full disclosure, the only reason I use Tombows so much is because I get gifted collaborations. I've never gotten a gifted collaboration that will give me Crayola Super Tips, so that's why they've kind of worked their way out of my rotation, because I just get so many gifted markers that happen to be the fancier, more expensive ones, which I'm not complaining about. I would recommend not starting with the ones that I'm using if you're just getting started, because they're way more expensive than what you need. And the gold pen, this is the Languo brand, Languo P600B. You can find them on Temu in packs of 6, I believe. And a good white acrylic marker. Oh, a little sheer. You know, I'm not totally sure. I don't have any like standalone white acrylic markers, you know? I have white gel pens and I have like huge boxes of acrylic markers that have whites in them that are all, they're meh. They always take a few coats to cover over something. So I don't really have a good recommendation for just a white one. No problem, Joe Gogo. Yeah, the pack of 100 or 150 have such beautiful colors. And you can find them, I mean, obviously you can find them online somewhere like Amazon, or you can just get them at Walmart. Bonus points if you get them on a back to school sale, because then they're even cheaper. No problem. Yeah, the name of the gold one is the Languo P600B. It's the exact same one that I use for my white gel pen, which I use all the time. The gold doesn't make an appearance here that often, but the white gel pen is a staple. Oh, TikTok shop. Yeah, we don't have that here. I'm from Canada. Yes, yeah, the Languos on Temu are real. Got this line before, but if I press that down, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm just going to put a guard paper there and do it anyway. See, it was fine. Just drawing a straight line actually doesn't take that long to cover. It's when I color in those little like sparkles and do like a solid fill, I always end up with like gobs of gold ink that take a lot longer to dry. Jogogo, I mostly use mine as a planner. So I'll have kind of a spot for my weekly to-dos and then a spot for like the events and priorities that I have each day. Yeah, I also use mine for memory keeping a little bit, but my main focus is just having it as a planner. Oh, I didn't put a guard down. Oops, I'll do that here. I think it was okay, but... We did start the new journal, Ms. Creative. I can show you, I'm just starting with the weekly spreads, but we finished all the monthly spreads, so I can show you how they turned out. I am working late. I gotta be done soon though, Amy. It's just, I feel like this week is gonna go by so fast because Monday was a holiday, so I didn't go live on Monday. And then tomorrow we've got to pack some orders, so I won't spend as much time working on Jada's journal. So I just kind of wanted to cover some good ground today, but let me show you guys where we're at. I'll flip through this one. If anyone wants to see the one that we just finished last week, I can flip through that one as well before I mail it off. But then I should get going for real. So this is what we did today. We just started Jada's new journal for 2027 and went with this pink and gold New Year's theme. Then we've got our calendar. So yeah, she ordered similar pages to our previous journal, a memories page beside the title, a 2-page calendar with a spot for notes, and then her trackers are a sleep tracker and a mood tracker. You're done? Okay. I'm just flipping through and then I'm gonna be done too. Okay. Perfect. All right, and that's as far as we've gotten. We're gonna pick up on these tomorrow. We also are gonna pack some orders tomorrow. So that is where we're gonna leave off tonight. Let me pull you guys down from the stand for a second. And yes, the replay will be on YouTube tomorrow. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for joining. I don't know why that's so crooked. Thank you guys so much for joining today to start Jada's journal. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be my afternoon time slot. Oh, thank you for the follow, Serene. So whatever time it is for you right now, about 9 hours earlier than this is when I typically start my afternoon live streams when I get my boys down for their nap. Thank you for the follow, believe in you. So if you'd like to join us again tomorrow, we'll be live tomorrow. I always share on Instagram what time we're gonna be live, what we're gonna be working on, that kind of stuff. So you can find me there if you'd like. I'm Rylee Autumn there as well. I'm Rylee Autumn on YouTube. And that's where all of the live replays are shared. So tonight's replay, about a year's worth of replays, and tons of other bullet journal content as well on my YouTube channel, Rylee Autumn. Thank you guys for the follow. Thank you, Kenzie. Thank you for the heart, Stara. I hope you guys have a great night. And